Have you ever heard of a boy who was born into chaos, raised by addiction, and yet rose to become one of the most powerful voices in American politics? Asterisk. This isn't just a political journey. This is a story about pain, survival, and the fierce fight to belong. J.D. Vance was not born into power, legacy, or wealth. He was born in Middletown, Ohio, a once thriving steel town now worn down, where hopes decayed alongside idle factory machines. His mother, battling drug addiction, came in and out of his life. His father wasn't around. The boy who would later shake the U.S. Senate once lived in a home filled with shouting, broken promises, and the haunting silence of hopelessness. But in every storm, there's a moment when something or someone pulls you from the wreckage. For J.D., that person was Mama's tough, chain-smoking grandmother with a mouth like a sailor and a heart built like a shield. She wasn't gentle, but she was steady.
And subscribe to this channel for more videos like
The world around him crumbled. She gave him something rare: structure, expectation, and above all, love. J.D. Vance grew up witnessing the people he cared about struggle and break down. He watched friends give up, families break down, and communities collapse under poverty, pills, and despair. He saw the American dream slipping through calloused hands. And somewhere in that darkness, a fire began to burn in him, not to escape it, but to understand it. He joined the Marines, served in Iraq, and learned what discipline meant, not just physical, but mental. He attended Ohio State University before earning his law degree from Yale. To the outside world, he had made it. But inside, the ghosts of his past still whispered. Success hadn't erased the trauma, it had only given it a new lens. In 2016, he wrote a book, Hillbilly, Elegy. It wasn't written to win awards. It was written like a letter from a son to his forgotten hometown. In raw, brutal honesty, he told the world what it felt like to grow up poor, white, and invisible in America. He didn't blame. He didn't preach. He just told the truth. The book exploded. People who had never stepped foot in Appalachia began to listen. Suddenly, J.D. Vance became a name whispered in political circles, discussed on TV, and debated in coffee shops. But fame wasn't his finish line. It was a warning shot. He saw the broken America he had written about growing larger, louder, and angrier. In 2022, he ran for U.S. Senate in Ohio. The critics laughed. The media doubted. But Vance knew something they didn't. He knew the pain behind the politics. He knew that millions of Americans didn't want polished smiles and empty speeches. They wanted someone who had bled like them. Someone who had lost like them. Someone who had fought through the fire. He won. And when he stepped into the Senate chamber, he didn't walk in like a polished politician. He walked in like a son of Appalachia, carrying the weight of every forgotten family still waiting to be heard. He spoke not in the language of elites, but in the voice of the broken. He challenged both parties. He questioned the system. He rejected the rules crafted by those in power. And yet he remained controversial. Some say he changed. That he went from writing about working-class struggles to embracing populist politics. But maybe, just maybe, he didn't change. Maybe the country around him finally caught up to what he saw all along. That America is filled with people on the edge, desperate for someone who knows their pain not from textbooks but from memories. Today, J.D. Vance is more than a senator. He's a symbol. Of resilience. Of rage. Of redemption. His story isn't clean. It's not easy. It's not wrapped in perfect packaging. But that's exactly why it matters. Because in a nation divided by class, culture, and cynicism, he reminds us of a powerful truth. Often, the most powerful voice doesn't come from the boardroom, but from someone shaped by hardship at home.
Whose inspiring story of politician would you like to hear next? Tell us in the comments below.